This is the Grand Canyon Hiker Dude Show, powered by Hike Tribe, a community dedicated to helping each other hike our best hikes. Now, here's the host of the Grand Canyon Hiker Dude Show, my hubby and the co-founder of Hike Tribe, Brian Special.
Thank you, Zena. Get ready to be inspired today by a man who's undergone a transformation by changing his eating habits, saying goodbye to drinking, and working his way into shape to the point he was able to consider a bucket list hike into the Grand Canyon. Oh, and he did all this in his 70s. And I just have to say, you heard Zena mention Hike Tribe at the top there, and this is a perfect illustration of why Bright Angel Outfitters is being retired and rebranded into Hike Tribe. It's because of stories like this. It's about community, our community, yours and mine. It's about rising up to help each other, to encourage each other, and to share in the adventure together. That's at the core of everything we've always done, and we wanted a name that better reflects that. It's about community because we're all in this together. It's not Zena and me, it is all of us, a true community of hikers and dreamers and doers. That's what Hike Tribe will always stand for, and why this story is a good way to soft launch the tribe. We've got a lot more to tell you in the months ahead, so please stay tuned on all of that with Hike Tribe. All right, his name is Jerry Crank, and after time in Detroit and Chicago and the Bay Area and Nashville, he and his wife Connie landed in Scottsdale, Arizona. Then just a couple months back, Jerry and I ran into each other on Black Mountain in nearby Cave Creek, and little did either of us know at the time, but that conversation would culminate in an unforgettable Grand Canyon adventure that neither of us will ever forget. We pick up the story at the South Kaibab Trailhead, where Jerry and his son Jeff and me were getting ready to drop in for a 15-mile rim-to-river to Phantom Ranch and back. It's Jerry Crank's hike of a lifetime on the Grand Canyon Hiker Dude Show, now powered by Hike Tribe. Let's go get it. All right, Jerry, I got to tell you, man, I've been looking forward to this one. This is super exciting for me because it was less than 2 months ago that I met you for the first time on Black Mountain down in Cave Creek.
Right.
And now here we are at the canyon. What do you remember about that day when we first met?
Well, I was hoping that we would run into each other at Black Mountain and Cave Creek. And lo and behold, after I finished my hike, I was about ready to come out of the trail. I see this guy, and it's Brian, walking up with his dog.
Yeah, little Ringo.
Getting ready to do his hike. So I stopped him and chatted for 15 or 20 minutes about everything, Grand Canyon Hiker Dude and all that stuff. So, and I basically said, I'm looking to do rim to river at some point in time. He says, you can do it. So that weekend I went and did Thompson Peak, and
which is a big hike in the Phoenix area.
Was able to accomplish that. So as a result of that, here we are this morning in the Grand Canyon getting ready to do the South Kaibab to Phantom Ranch and back.
Yeah, I remember you saying to me that morning. I remember it was like, you're like, do you really think I could do it? And I was like, Jerry, yes. I could tell just by looking at you, you were in great shape. You're 77.
Right.
And I think a lot of people your age will start to question themselves.
Right.
So I'm hoping today, my hope is that this is going to be a day that's going to inspire a lot of people. And it's going to show you, too, just what you're capable of.
I'm looking forward to it. And I got to tell you, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Brian and the encouragement that he's given to me, not only the time we met 2 months ago, but also all the time on the Grand Canyon Hiker Dude. It's been great, and I really appreciate it, and I'm looking forward to getting started and accomplishing what we set out to do today.
Well, you're far too kind for those words. This day is all about you, and it's about your son, Jeff. This makes it even better because your son's here with us, too.
It does. I'm so excited to have Jeff here. I know he can do it because he's a lot stronger, younger, and
he's 47, right?
He's 47, very capable hiker, and I've hiked with him, and he's always about X amount ahead of me, so he's a fast hiker. And we'll see if he can meet the challenge here today. I'm sure he can.
Are you apprehensive, nervous at all?
A little bit. Yeah, I didn't sleep great last night. You know, I was thinking about everything and kind of anxious. But now that we're here, getting ready to drop into the canyon, I feel great. I feel excited, starting to warm up a little bit, get daylight out, so I feel good.
And we're here at the South Kaibab Trailhead, just looking down on the chimney. and looking at the canyon as the sun starts to rise behind us. Just what do you think when you see this place?
I think it's absolutely beautiful, and I've been here a few times, but every time you come, it's just amazing how beautiful this place is. It's just one of a kind, and there's nothing else like it in the world.
Can you believe we're going all the way down there?
I can believe it.
You better.
I'll believe it when we come all the way back up.
Well, this is going to be fun. We'll document the journey along the way. Shall we get after it?
Let's go.
Let's go, baby.
Ready.
Here we go, Jerry. You got this, man.
Okay, thanks, man.
So down we went. So this is called the chimney.
Oh, it is?
Yep. Look how steep this is.
Yeah.
Super cool. Down the 9 steep switchbacks that make up the chimney. Past the Victor vomit sign, warning hikers about the dangers of hiking to the river in a day. Beyond famed Ooh-Ah Point, to a spot not far past Ooh-Ah, where the panoramic views can just about take your breath away. This is my favorite place on the whole trail. We've made it down below Ooh-Ah Point, so we're about 1.2 miles or so down the trail. Overlooking Windy Ridge, you can see all the way down to the red and white switchbacks. Down where Skeleton Point is, you can see Plateau Point over there off Bright Angel Trail, where Havasupai Gardens is. Just an expansive view to the east and to the west, just panoramic, just beautiful. Just what are your thoughts laying eyes on this?
It's spectacular. It's one of a kind, as I said earlier. And with the sun kind of coming down on the canyon, it's just, it's awesome. It's just something that everybody should get a chance to see once in their lifetime. It's just fantastic.
What have you thought of the hike so far?
I think it's great.
No problems, right?
No problems so far.
Long way to go.
Feeling good right now, so hopefully that'll continue as we move on down. But I feel great. Ooh, yeah.
In just another quarter mile or so, Cedar Ridge.
Wow.
A flat expanse a mile and a half down, with spellbinding views in every direction.
Yep. I see what you mean. Beautiful.
And pit toilets. Okay, with Jeff now, your dad just went off to use the facilities here at Cedar Ridge. You got to be pretty proud of this guy today, huh?
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, for sure. We've come a long way in our relationship. So I think I'm proud of that, number one. And then number two, his dedication and determination to make this thing happen has like given him a whole new reason in retirement to do stuff. It's pretty amazing to see his excitement in this, and he's a mile and a half into it, and I'm sure he'll finish it all, but yeah, it's really fun to see.
How excited was he going into this? Because you came all the way from California to do this almost at the last second, because we knew there was going to be heat coming in later next week when you guys originally had it planned. Today was a nicer day, a nicer forecast. You guys were flexible enough to change your plans. So props to you for being here, but just how excited is your dad for this too?
He's been dropping hints to me for about a year on this trip, and over the last 6 months, the hints became more frequent and louder, and he hasn't asked me to do things in a long time, and this was one thing where he definitely asked me to come along because he's so excited about it. We have more snacks and more water and more preparation than I've ever seen him prepare for anything, so he's beyond excited about
Well, he's taking it seriously then.
Oh, for sure. No doubt.
All right, well, let's just keep this train moving. That's Cedar Ridge, next stop will be Skeleton Point.
Here we go.
This next stretch can lull you to sleep, especially coming back up. You lose 900 feet in elevation between Cedar and Skeleton Point, but there are only a few switchbacks. Instead, there are those often talked about, awkwardly sized, awkwardly spaced, knee-jolting steps to deal with. Soon enough, though, you're at Skeleton Point, 3 miles and just over 2,000 feet below the trailhead, and you're getting your first look at the Colorado River, running a gorgeous emerald green today, still almost 3,000 vertical feet below.
There's a little plateau right here.
This is Skeleton Point.
Oh, it is?
Yes, sir.
Wow. First time we see the river. Yep. Look at the rapids down there. Wow.
Okay, Jerry, we have made it to one of my favorite places in the whole park, and that is just below Skeleton Point. If you come 3 switchbacks down, you just suddenly have this expansive, incredible view of just about everything, and it's the first time you see the river too. What are you thinking right now?
It's amazing. I've read about it. I've seen everybody talk about it on the Grand Canyon Hiker Dude site on Facebook, and it's really special to be able to see that as you round the corner and come to this little plateau right here for the first time. It's absolutely breathtaking, and the water's green today.
Yes.
So that's a good thing versus the brown muddy.
And Jeff and I were talking about, we were excited that it's the first time you can hear the Colorado, but for you...
Well, let me try that again. I hear it. Yeah.
Oh, come on.
I can hear it.
Jeff, are you buying that?
I can hear it. It's got kind of like a slow roar to it.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah,
That's
I got it.
That's it. How are you feeling? How's the hike been? Because now
So-
we're just over 3 miles in. It's your first time that you've ever been below Cedar Ridge. How are you feeling? Because you look great. Your balance is fantastic. I've been behind you most of the way. It looks like you're just doing really, really good.
I feel great, although I will say that everybody that's mentioned the downhill, especially between Cedar Ridge and where we are right now, Skeleton, it's a little tough going down. So I appreciate the fact that everybody said it's hard going down in some of those areas. Right now, where we're at has been kind of a coast, so to speak, compared to what we went through before we came here. But overall, I feel great.
And I've noticed with you that your balance is exceptional. You're 77, and you just seem very sturdy on your feet, and that's not by accident.
No, I work out a lot, obviously 4 to 5 times a week, and a lot of that is practicing balance, core work, those kinds of things, strengthening the legs so that I can actually achieve the balance, because I know what it's like when you don't have balance. Before where I'm at right now, I was like that, so I try to emphasize the balance part of it.
And you've lost a lot of weight to get here, too.
I've lost about 25 to 30 pounds over the last year, and I wasn't intending to. I just switched to the intermittent fasting diet where you eat within an 8-hour period every day, and then I changed my diet to more of a Mediterranean-style diet, and the weight just dropped off. So as a result of that, I've been able to hike longer, farther, more elevation, and I feel a lot better.
So obviously you feel like all the hard work, it's paying off on a day like this.
Totally. Absolutely. And we'll see, because I got to go back up. But right now, yes, I would agree.
Next stop, tip-off.
Okay, here we go.
Down the red and whites.
Here we
You're going to see what the red and whites are all about.
Yeah, I'm sure I will.
Oh, those red and white switchbacks. They start immediately as you drop below Skeleton Point and will drop you some 700 vertical feet over about 7/10 of a mile. The red and whites get their name because they mark the geological transition from the canyon's red wall limestone to its mauve limestone, and you'll actually see the dirt on the switchbacks change from reddish to whitish. A mile and a half later, you pass the tip-off, with its pit toilets and shade shelter making for a great place to stop for a break. 2.1 miles after that, you're crossing the Black Bridge over the Colorado River. Jerry had made it all the way down, 6.5 miles and 4,800 vertical feet of elevation to this point, with Phantom Ranch now just under a mile away. Jerry made it to the bottom of the Grand Canyon, man.
He's happy he made it, too. He's real happy he made it.
Feels good, doesn't it?
It does. Nice breeze, nice sun, green water. Can't beat it.
All right, we made it to the river in about 3 hours and 35 minutes. That's a pretty quick pace. I was honestly not expecting Jerry to be that quick. That's probably above the faster than the median time, I would say, which is probably between 3.5 and 4 hours. So I'm pretty impressed, man. He's done really, really well, and it still looks like he has pep in his step. So 77 years old, and he's made it to the bottom of the Grand Canyon. Now we're gonna go to Phantom Ranch and get him some lemonade and maybe rest and rejuvenate just a little bit, and then the long slog out. Got about I think the temperatures will be in the 60s for most of the way out. So it's not a terrible day. It was supposed to be in the 90s and 100s next week. So I'm glad he decided to change and adjust on the fly and come when it's going to be cooler, because you don't want to mess with the heat, obviously, as we say just about every show. So Black Bridge, and now on to Phantom, and we'll catch up with Jerry there and see how he's feeling. But man, super impressed with his conditioning and his stride and his balance and just his strength. You know, I think he's built some foundational strength for himself at 77, and I think that's really starting to pay off. Very impressive. Very cool to see. hopefully very inspiring to others as well.
I'm not thinking about going back up.
Not yet.
Not yet. I'm going to wait and think about that later.
Celebrate for a while.
Yeah, betcha.
You're on the north side of the Colorado River.
Amazing.
Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, Jerry, we have made it to the bottom of the canyon. We are at Phantom Ranch. You dipped your hand in the Colorado on your way over here.
Yes, I did. Oh, yeah, that's cold. That's cold. Whoa.
What are you doing, Jerry?
I'm wetting my fingers, feeling the Colorado, and it is cold and chilly. But it feels good.
I think that truly means that you made it to the bottom of the canyon.
I do. But I'm not going to jump in.
Dude, you've done it. How are you feeling, man?
Well, right now I feel real good. There was a time sort of in 3/4 of the way down where I felt a little wobbly, but we rested just a tad at one of the plateaus and then took off again, and I felt refreshed. Then we came here to Phantom Ranch, and after I touched the cold water of the Colorado River, after we walked across the Black Bridge, and we're almost the only people here at Phantom Ranch. So it's kind of nice because you read about it, you hear about it, and you got to go to it at least once. So we did that. We had our lemonade and got refreshed probably for about a half an hour, 35 minutes. It's actually the temperature right now is fabulous. It's perfect. I don't know what it is, 65, 70 down here with a nice cool breeze. And we're looking at straight up to the top of what is partially probably part of the canyon.
The inner gorge, yeah.
The inner gorge, yeah, and it's absolutely beautiful. And then I'm looking to the left to look at where we have to go back to the
Don't look up. Don't look up.
And I'm gonna attach myself to Brian and just ride him on up to the top.
You know, it's funny because Phantom, the canteen, the inside has been closed. I believe since COVID. I could be completely wrong about that, but I think it's been closed since COVID, and it only just recently reopened when they opened back up here at the beginning of April. So we got to go inside. It's honestly the first time I've been in there since 1986. Wow. Since I was 13 years old and I did my first rim to rim and stayed down here and had steak and stew in there.
Wow.
It's the first time I've been in there since then. It's crazy. What's that? Yeah, they're talking about the $6.75 lemonade.
Oh, yeah,
Lemonade's getting more and more expensive. It's up to $6.75 now.
Inflation.
Yeah, it's inflation, and it's going to be a $10 cup of lemonade before long. But what'd you think of the actually being in the canteen?
I thought it was really cool. I mean, they have the tables lined up, and it's just iconic is the word that Brian uses. And I
use that a lot, don't I?
I would use that for here, absolutely. It's quaint, it's really cool, and it's a small little place, but it's very clean. And they have a lot of electrolytes and different hiking supplies if you need some when you come down here.
A lot of stuff for sale.
Yeah, but it's really a neat place to be. And if you come this way, you should absolutely come and enjoy it. It's really neat.
And you took time to send a memento to your wife. Where else in the world can you do something like this?
Probably nowhere else. I bought a postcard, and it's a picture of the mules, like 9 or 10 mules going back up with their backpacks on, and then I wrote the address, put a stamp on it, and gave her a nice little message about the fact that we made it down here. I wish she was with us, and I'll see her soon as we get to the top. And then I mailed it, and it goes back up to get mailed by the mules. So
yeah.
that's really a neat little thing too. And my son did the same thing with his wife.
And there's a squirrel trying to get into my pack.
Yeah.
God, that you turn your back for 1 second. I'm even gonna pick it up and put it on the table behind us. Yeah. The squirrels are demons. Do not fall for their cute act because they'll have a hole in your pack so fast. Man. I don't know. I'm just gonna hold on to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, mailed by mule. I think they even have the postmark actually says mailed by mule from Phantom Ranch.
It does.
How cool is that?
Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah, and like you said, I don't know many places that do that kind of thing with the mail and the postcards.
Yeah. Well, we just refilled our water because we have to go up South Kaiba because Bright Angel is still closed until May 15th for the waterline project. There's still a lot of activity down here. It's still busy in terms of construction and things. Just a little disheveled, discombobulated a little bit down here. But I got to tell you, if you've ever been to the bottom of the canyon, if you've ever been to Phantom Ranch before, and I know you haven't, Jerry, and you were wondering why I got so excited about this.
Yes.
But they've got something they're just about to open down here at Phantom Ranch. You know, in front of the canteen is where you can refill your water.
Well, what they have now, and it's still wrapped in plastic, they have a double spigot ready to go, you guys. You know how crowded it can get down here in May and October during prime time, during peak season. And there can be a long line, 10 or 12 people just to refill your water. A double spigot makes the line half as long. And they've actually got, I don't know if it's a temporary one off to the side, but there could be up to 3 spigots, the best I can tell, down here at the canteen. I got excited about that, huh?
Yeah, you did. You got very excited, and I can see why. Because when the hikers really come down here, there's going to be a long line. So it'll be nice to be able to fill your stuff up really quickly and not have to wait in line. You don't want to do that after you've hiked 7-8 miles.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's probably in the 70s now, I would guess.
I think so, yeah.
And we're about to head back across the Black Bridge, and then you're going to find out immediately how difficult South Kaibab is, because we have to go essentially straight up right from the second we cross the bridge. So this is as far as you've ever gone before, and this is probably as daunting of a hike as you have ever faced before on the way out. So what are you thinking? What's the plan?
Well, the plan is to do my own hike, not go fast if I don't feel like it or can't do it. And my plan is to make it out as best I can, taking breaks and putting one foot in front of the other. I know that I've read a lot of people that say the hike is as much mental as it is physical. So I'm trying to get my mental head around, wrap it around the hike that we have to do, and maybe do it in sections where I go to Tip Off, then to Skeleton, then to Cedar Ridge and so forth on up. So break it up and just try to get those milestones as we reach each police area.
I think you got it just nailed. That is the perfect plan. I mean, go slow. That's helpful. Slow down a little bit. Realize that we're not in a hurry. The goal is to get out of here with a smile on our face.
Right.
And breaking it up into those chunks. The canyon has a beautiful way of doing that on the corridor trails, where you can break it up into 2 mile to 1.5 mile chunks. And so, like you said, 2 miles from Black Bridge, 2.1 miles from Black Bridge to Tip Off, 1.5 miles from there to Skeleton Point, 1.5 miles from there to Cedar Ridge, 1.5 miles from there to the South Kaibab trailhead. So it's just little victories along the way.
Little victories turn into a big victory.
Well, you're 77 years old,
I am.
Jerry. You've been crushing it. I was so impressed watching you come down here, just your balance and your strength. You crushed it, man. You killed it.
Thank you.
And I look forward to seeing what it's going to be like going out. It's not going to be as easy.
No.
There's probably not going to be as much talking and visiting. It's going to be, put your head down and go to work. But
Right.
This is part of it, and the reward at the end will be worth it, don't you think?
Yeah, I agree. I think it is, and I'm ready to get started and tackle it.
We'll check in with you along the way, but off we go. Basically, halfway done, at least mileage-wise, with this rim to river with Jerry and Jeff here. Let's get after it.
There you go. I'm ready. Let's go.
Bright Angel Outfitters is now Hike Tribe, a community for all of us. Join the tribe at hiketribe.club and our private Facebook group, Hike Tribe Grand Canyon, the official group of the Grand Canyon Hiker Dude Show. Hike Tribe. Let's go get it.
Now, the hard part.
Just plodding along, so to speak.
And it was pretty apparent that Jerry knew it.
Little shade coming up.
Tough, isn't it?
Yeah.
All things being equal, we would have followed the traditional rim to river route and exited via the Bright Angel Trail. But with the ongoing Trans-Canyon Waterline project, much of Bright Angel was closed, making the shorter but steeper and more difficult South Kaibab the only way out.
Okay, we made it from the river through Tip Off, and now we are just starting the famous, but today when we're going up, the infamous red and white switchbacks. Jerry, what have you thought so far from the river? I noticed you're checking your heart rate a lot.
Checking my heart rate to make sure I don't get into the red zone as much as possible, and taking smaller steps compared to what I was and slower, so that I can manage my heart rate. Wasn't too bad from the Black Bridge up to Tip Off, and then from there, where we're at right now in the red and whites, it's a little tougher, a little steeper. I think we're about 9/10 of a mile into it from the Tip Off, so we probably got another 6/10 to go. Probably mostly pretty much uphill. So, but you take it in chunks and you go slow, you can do it.
Probably the toughest part of the hike that we're right at the beginning stages of right here. The red and whites are no joke. It's the middle of the day. It's probably, I would guess, somewhere in the 60s right now. We got a nice breeze for most of it. So it's manageable, don't you think?
Absolutely. No, I can't imagine a nicer day to hike than today.
Well, I would take 20 degrees cooler. I'd have no problem with that.
It's not bad though.
No, it's definitely not bad. It's definitely not as bad as it's going to be in a couple weeks here when it's in the 90s. But watching that heart rate, I was watching you and I was encouraging you to. It seemed like your cadence was maybe too fast. You're having to stop. So has it been easy for you to adjust to maybe slowing that cadence down and just going slower? Because I know you have a tendency, as do I, of trying to go too fast. You got this, crazy maybe goal in your head that you don't even know what it is, but you just know you're a competitive person and you want to go fast. So how is it to just consciously throttle it back, and has it helped?
Well, first, let me say that when I first started out, I was throttling it forward and then having to stop every 50 feet and let my heart rate drop because I got into the red zone high. And so after Brian gave me some coaching in terms of slower and easier, all of a sudden I could walk a lot longer, like 3-4 times longer, and my heart rate stayed in the threshold level category 4 or even low category 5. So I can handle that. So that is very important, and it feels good when I walk that slow because I'm not used to it. I'm used to walking fast. It really feels really good, and I can go a lot longer without stopping.
Yeah, and there's a lesson to be learned there, right? It's like if you're doing something like this that you're not used to, you've never done before, it's extremely difficult, right? It's uphill for a long period of time. It's okay to just go slow. It may feel like you're in slow motion, but you're still going to get to your goal.
Exactly. It's just a matter of how long it's going to take, and I don't know what our pace is, 30 minutes a mile, something like that. Maybe a little bit higher than that in certain spots, but that's okay, right? That's okay.
Darn right. Let's get back at it on these red and whites, and we'll check in again when we get past Skeleton Point. We're going to get there slowly but surely.
All right.
Let's go.
Remember when I'd mentioned the part of South Kaibab that lulls you to sleep? Well, here we are again. After summiting the red and whites, there's a section immediately after Skeleton Point called Mormon Flats, and it lives up to its name, flat and easy for a half mile or so. But afterwards, well, the rest of the slog to Cedar Ridge, right at a mile, is uphill and made up mostly of those soul-crushing South Kaibab steps.
I call it the staircase from hell. Jerry, is that a good name for it?
Absolutely. Definitely.
Okay, Jerry, we survived those awful steps between Skeleton Point and Cedar Ridge. If I'm not mistaken, that's the first time, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's the first time that I heard what I thought might be a 4-letter word out of you.
Yeah, it was. It brought it out of me. Yes, it did. I couldn't help myself. It just ran right out of my mouth.
Tough stretch, wasn't it?
Oh, I would say so, yes. Probably the toughest of the entire trip.
But even after reaching Cedar Ridge, just 1.5 miles and about 900 vertical feet below the finish, South Kaibab doesn't get much easier.
I gotta tell you, it ain't easy.
Oh. We just came up Windy Ridge, aptly named, iconic spot. Super windy. You thought you had to stop there for a second. You thought your hat was going to blow off.
My hat, yeah, because I had tightened my hat. It was going to go away. So that worked, and now we're tight around my head. We're protected with these rocks here. So
can you taste it? Can you taste it? I mean, we're getting close to a mile.
Starting to smell the finish. Yep. I can't wait. Point's just right around the corner, and 9/10 of a mile after that.
That's right. You've done amazing. I mean, I know it's been a struggle, but nobody ever gets out of here and says, that was so easy, and I didn't struggle at all. Everyone has their point during this hike where it gets you, and I think that stretch between Skeleton and Cedars where it kind of got you.
Yeah, it did. No, it nailed me. Yeah, it got me.
But you're still going strong.
I'm still going. I feel good. Yeah, I mean, I'll make it out, but that was hard. I can't say it wasn't.
Well, if it's not hard, it's not worth it.
Exactly.
Right. That's what's going to make this so much more satisfying when you get finished tonight. And you go have a pizza or you go do whatever you do,
right.
You're going to have earned it. So just over a mile to go. You got this, man.
Wonderful.
Let's finish this off.
Thanks, Brian.
Let's go.
Yep. Thank you.
Soon we were past Point, less than a mile, the home stretch, and one last stop at one of my own favorite landmarks, which contains a warning that we had intentionally defied and would now serve as a source of pride.
All right, Jerry, we are at the famous Victor Vomit sign at the base of the chimney. You've almost slayed South Kaibab. I want to read what the Victor Vomit sign says. It famously has a guy on all fours, overcome by heat and throwing up profusely. It says, warning, hiking to the Colorado River and back in one day is not recommended due to long distance, extreme heat, and a nearly 5,000-foot elevation change. If you think you have the fitness and expertise to attempt this extremely strenuous hike, please seek advice from a park ranger at the Backcountry Information Office. That's the National Park Service's way of saying, if you go to the river, it's probably not a good idea, but you just did it, and you've almost finished it. You got to be feeling good, man, even though you're looking up at that chimney going, oh.
Yeah, no, it's I'm ready for it to be over. It's definitely a challenge. It's not easy, and everything that everybody says on the Grand Canyon Hiker Dude side about doing stairs, doing stair stepper, all that stuff is absolutely true in spades. It's very well, good advice. You can't do enough of it, I would say, after doing it so far.
Is there anything, I know we haven't finished yet, but is there anything so far that's popped up that you would have done differently to get ready for this hike?
I would have done more elevation. I would have done more step ups where you have to take, like on a stair stepper, 2 steps instead of 1. And I would do a lot of that to get a feeling, because there's a lot of that coming through the red and white and coming from Cedar Ridge, or a skeleton up to Cedar Ridge. So yeah, that would be what I would recommend as the number one thing probably to do more of.
It's good advice. So the steps caught you a little bit off guard, but you still did great on them, but I guess you can always do better on those darn steps.
Yeah, well, I mean, I may have done great, didn't feel like I did great,
you did
but
great.
It was a challenge.
And it's always a challenge.
Yeah, I made it through, almost done, and I'm glad I'm going to be done. I've had a nice full day, about 17 miles and 5,000 up, so that's enough for one day.
And looking up that chimney, it can be pretty daunting. That's what the last set of switchbacks, it's 9 switchbacks, I think, to the top, over about probably 250 feet of elevation or so. But it looks daunting at the end of a long day like this, doesn't it? You're just kind of looking up there going, really, we got to do this?
Yeah, I don't want to look.
Well, I do always say don't look up.
Right.
You're only going to be disappointed all the way to the very end.
Good advice.
All right, well, we've almost slayed this, so let's finish it off. You did not become Victor Vomit today. Good job on that, but let's finish this thing off, and then we'll talk about everything that we learned today.
Okay.
Because you've done an incredible job. It's been such an amazing day, Jerry.
Thanks, Brian.
Big breaths in your belly. Big breaths. Breathe deep in your belly.
Some final encouragement from Jeff. And at this point, the chimney, as tough and steep as it seems,
Switchback.
well, adrenaline and excitement really seem to take over here at the end of a long hike and a true life accomplishment.
I'll go tap that sign. Go tap the sign, you're done. Yes, sir. Oh, good job, Jerry.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Whoa. Made it.
You did it.
Made it.
Hell yeah.
Wow. What a ride that was. Wow. What a ride. Wow. 5 hours and 33 minutes.
From Phantom to here. Let's go.
Good job.
Thanks,
It's a
bud. You
long
too.
way.
You too.
It's a long way to go for 77. Good job. Great job.
It was great. Glad it's over, but it was great.
All right, Jerry, we surfaced about 5 minutes ago. Your mood has improved drastically. How are you feeling, man? I'm so, not only am I proud of you, and I know I'm a lot younger than you, but I think I can still say I'm proud of you. But I'm just so happy for you, because this is what it's all about right here. Someone puts in all the work and they accomplish something that just a short while ago they didn't even know was possible.
Absolutely, yeah. 6 months ago, I would never even thought about this, and with all the workout, the hiking, and the elevation hikes I did, those kinds of things, and just putting in the work in the gym, I was able to do it. Was it easy? No, but it was doable, and we accomplished it in, I don't know, probably about 10 hours, which I think is pretty good time, really, for someone my age.
Oh, yeah.
But
Even not your age.
yeah, but I feel good now. After finishing, I feel great. I'm glad that we did it. I'm glad it's done, and I feel good. I could probably go out and get some pizza tonight, or
I
get
think
some
you're gonna do
pasta,
that. I think
right?
you've earned it.
Yeah,
And that's so important. You know, when we had Cindy McNaughton on not too long ago, she talked about how important it is to celebrate, celebrate things like this. So you have earned that pizza. I know you like to watch what you eat, watch what you drink,
Right.
but tonight's not a night for that.
No, not at all. This is celebration night with my wife and my son, and we'll probably bore her with all our details about the trip, but she'll just have to listen because we're going to tell her. And tell her all about it and how much fun we had and what a great experience it was.
I know it's kind of an instant reaction that you're going to change your thoughts as the weeks go on and this really soaks in and you absorb what you just accomplished. But just initially, what does this mean to you and what does this say about you, about yourself?
Well, I guess if you set a goal, you achieve that goal, and you do everything you can to make sure that you do achieve that goal. And I set out to do this probably 6 months ago or so, and I kept increasing my training to where I felt like it was more and more a potential chance to do that. And you came along and obviously decided to join us, which helped tremendously because you've got all the experience in the canyon, and it just gave me all the tidbits in addition to everything else I already learned from the gchikerdude website. So I think what it says, though, is that you set a goal, you work towards it, and you accomplish it.
So what about when someone is in their 60s and they're in their 70s, even they're in their 80s, and we were just talking, society kind of tells you that you're done, and you take that as like, I can't do things like this anymore. But here you are at 77, you didn't even start hiking that long ago, and you just accomplished hiking to the bottom of the Grand Canyon and back. What would your message be for someone, your age, younger, older, who might be considering something like this, but maybe doesn't think they can do it?
I think that you don't necessarily start out with the big goal. You start out with small goals and small steps, and you work towards that. And then all of a sudden you build to the next step, and the next step, and all of a sudden you're ready to do the big thing. And I would say that you just have to get off the couch, put your shoes on, go do the workout, do the walking, do whatever it takes to get started, sort of jumpstart your efforts. I would also say, if you are dealing with any kind of a weight issue, that would be a good thing to drop, because I know I dropped 25 pounds in about 6 months, and that helped tremendously, especially for hiking and longer walks and doing a lot of different things, flexibility, core, everything. So I would say that losing weight is another thing that folks our age should do, and not be sedentary, but get out and do something.
And you've had some health scares along the way too. On top of all this, you've had plenty of excuses, so to speak, that would make some people say, I just can't do something like that.
I have actually. I've got AFib, which I'm sure a lot of people do have, because I go to the cardiologist and I hear all the numbers, and I decided, even with that, and even with just recently having the Watchman type product put into my left atrium, that I was going to go ahead and do it. And I did do that. I had it put in November 13th, and here we are, April 6th. And I trained between after putting that in and now, and it didn't stop me. So it can be done. You just have to make sure that you monitor and don't do anything crazy, but just methodically go about your business.
So now, methodically going about your thought process, listen, Jerry, listen. I told you at the beginning of this, not only that you could do this, but my prediction was that when you finished it, you were going to be inspired to come back and do rim to rim. You just finished this 10 minutes ago. I know it's way too early to say something like that, but I'm not asking you to commit to it right now, but is that a possibility for you?
It is a possibility, but you're right. I don't want to commit to it right now after just what we finished, but I think that it would be doable. I really do. Maybe when it's not hot,
always.
For one thing, because today we had perfect weather for the hike, and I know we moved up our date in order to accommodate the weather, and I'm glad we did, because I cannot imagine doing this hike in 90 or 100 degree temperatures. I mean, it would really be a tough hike then.
It was in the 60s, and I wouldn't want it to be any hotter than that.
I agree. It was perfect. It was absolutely perfect.
And now you've been to Phantom Ranch, and you saw what Phantom Ranch is all about. And so, honestly, a perfect hike for you would be to get a reservation at Phantom Ranch and hike down, spend a night, and then hike out to the other rim the next day.
I would absolutely say that's correct. Yes, if I was going to do a rim to rim, that would probably have to be in the cards. that I would stay overnight, rest up, and then go the next day.
Yeah, it doesn't always have to be in one day. It doesn't have to be the one day rim to rim.
I don't think I'm ready for one day, at least not right now. Maybe, in 6 months I might be, but I think the better thing, the smarter thing to do would be to stay overnight down at Phantom Ranch and then go the next day. Yeah.
What do you take away from this? Not only just the physical accomplishment, but people talk about, the canyon changes them, just the beauty of it, and just, you're in awe pretty much the entire time. You get tired and you look up and it's like, wow, I'm in one of the 7 natural wonders of the world. Did that hit you today at all?
It did, and I felt like a guest in the canyon. I felt like a guest, where I was able to walk into this beautiful place and see every time you took a step and looked around a different view, a beautiful view. And I had the ability to go all the way to the Phantom Ranch and back 15, 16, 17 miles and enjoy what nature's created. And that to me was really special.
And now you've joined the ranks of the Canyon Obsessed. Now you kind of see what it's all about, don't you?
I do, yeah. No, I absolutely do. I was obsessed anyway, but I hadn't tipped my toe in. Now that I've done it, there's no question about it. I mean, it's a special place. There is no doubt about it.
And pretty cool being able to experience this with your son, wasn't it?
Oh, more than enough, absolutely. It was so great, and he did a great job.
He did.
He's a young guy,
strong climber.
Strong guy, yeah. And he could easily do a rim to rim, I think, without a doubt. So yes, it was very special.
Well, I appreciate you guys letting me tag along and kind of document this, because I feel like this is going to be such an inspiration to, our Grand Canyon Hiker Dude Show community. And you've inspired people today. 77 years old, you just finished your first rim to river, and there's more to come. So I ask people out there, what the heck is your excuse? Get off the couch.
Yeah.
Do what Jerry did.
Yep.
You can do it. Why not you?
Yep.
So Jerry, just thank you so much for letting me tag along. This was an honor, and it's been an experience I'll never forget.
Brian, it was special, and I thank you for coming with us, because I got to tell you, you were extremely helpful in this hike, and without you, it would have been a lot tougher, I can tell you that. So thank you again.
Thank you, sir.
Jerry Crank, 77 years old, and proof that it's never too late when you've got a goal as grand as this one. He changed his lifestyle, he got to work, and he is now a Rim to River alum. And yes, it wasn't long after he finished that he started talking about next time. Jerry thinks a Rim to Rim with a night at Phantom would be perfect for him, and I agree, but after being with him for every step of this journey, well, I do have to say that if he wanted to do it in a day, Jerry, I really think he can do it. All right, well, with Rim to Rim season inching closer and the inaccessibility of Bright Angel for just about the entirety of it, that has certainly changed a lot of plans. And Coach Arnie knows that can lead to even more pre-hike stress than you already might have been facing.
Hey guys, this is Coach Arnie with another Grand Canyon tip of the week. This tip is about the fact that you can do it if you earn it. With all that's going on, I just wanted to send some encouragement to everybody as you step into your last weeks of training, planning, and preparation. And here we go. You can do it. But what does that mean? Well, for anyone who's been in the canyon, there's a now famous sign that's probably less than 10 years old with a fellow named Victor Vomit. And what's his message? I'm not going to read the whole message here, but let me give you a summary. It's basically whatever you're thinking about doing, don't. That's right. Because the canyon is not going to save you. And that's a fact. The canyon is not responsible for you. You are. And I agree with Victor. If you haven't earned it, if you're not healthy, if you haven't done the work, if you haven't planned, but if you have, then you can do it. And you will create such amazing memories. Because I know a lot of you right now are going through some crazy thoughts in your head. Have I done enough? Am I good enough to do this thing? Especially those that haven't been in the canyon. I just want to reassure you, like I said when we started, because of all the craziness that's going on right now, I, Coach Arnie, just want to reassure you that if you have done the work, if you have earned it, which is one of my favorite words in the English language, earn. If you have earned it, I promise you, all those dreams, all those things you've been thinking about. And for me, it's that big smile at the end of an adventure, because so many crazy things happen when you're down there. I always do a prayer before I start, either by myself or with others, that whatever happens while I'm in the canyon, help me to manage as best as possible. And that's all I want you guys to do. And if you've done the work, if you've earned it, I promise you, your canyon adventure will be one of many. One of many. I love you guys. I'm here for you. Go in there with all the courage, wisdom, and positivity that you can have, and you'll be fine. Love you guys.
Coach Arnie Fonseca Jr. He's an exercise physiologist and canyon coach. His contact information is in the show notes. If you have questions, please reach out to Coach Arnie. All right, that's it for now. My name is Brian Special, encouraging you, as always, to go hike the canyon. Take that first step. Embrace the journey. And when you get there, whether it's for time goals or taking your time, just hike your own hike and savor every step in the magnificent Grand Canyon. We'll see you next time on the Grand Canyon Hiker Dude Show, powered by Hike Tribe, a community of hikers coming together so we can all hike our best hike. Let's go get it.